So a lot of chaos is going on the internet right now after Juju Watkins had a crazy game going against UCLA, ended up winning the game, and you know how the Juju Watkins fans get, man. After one good game, they start coming at Caitlin Clark and Caitlin Clark fans.
Did you see what Stephen A. Smith just said about Juju Watkins? He actually compared her to Caitlin Clark as if they're on the same level. This is a guy who gets paid millions to analyze sports, yet he completely overlooked the fact that Clark had 67 double-doubles and 17 triple-doubles in college, while Juju has only 15 double-doubles and 0 triple-doubles. This isn't just another hot take, it's pure delusion. What makes it even crazier is that Smith is part of the same media machine he's criticizing for not giving Juju enough attention. In this video, we'll break down the numbers to show why this comparison doesn't add up.
When we see Caitlin Clark pulling up from logo range, oh, well, I'll be damned. When we see Caitlin Clark running the floor, finding Hannah Stuelke like Peyton Manning finds Marvin Harrison, well, I'll be damned.
Did you catch Stephen A. Smith's latest wild take on First Take? He actually questioned why Juju Watkins isn't getting the same attention as Caitlin Clark, like that comparison even makes sense right now. He looked straight into the camera and said, asterisk, when are we going to start talking about her the same way we talked about Caitlin Clark? Asterisk, seriously? This is coming from a guy who literally controls the conversation on his own show.
Is going to be a lot of fun. How impressive was Juju's performance?
She's spectacular. She's spectacular. And when are we going to start talking about her the same way we talked about Caitlin Clark?
The irony here is absolutely mind-blowing. Stephen A. Smith isn't just any media personality. He's the media personality at ESPN. He decides what gets discussed on First Take every single day. And yet, here he is, acting confused about why Juju Watkins isn't getting more coverage. Maybe it's because you haven't been giving her that coverage, Stephen A.
You look at her skills, you look at what she is special. When are we going to start doing that? Because let me tell you something. This sister's got game. Averaged 27 last year, averaging 24 this year. USC is winning. If you look at her skill sets, her ball handling ability, her driving ability, her shot making ability, her three-point shooting shot making ability. This sister is something special. She is spectacular.
Let's break down what Stephen A. Smith actually said in his segment. He repeatedly called Juju Watkins spectacular and praised her stats, pointing out that she averaged 27 points last year and is currently putting up 24 points per game. He raved about her ball handling, driving ability, and shot-making skills, all valid points because Juju is undeniably talented. But then, despite all that praise, he had the audacity to question why the media, which he is a major part of isn't talking about her more. The contradiction is unreal.
And she's been the package. We saw her coming last year, but now that Caitlin Clark is gone, we should be focusing on her even more so now. And just like I told you when Caitlin Clark was the golden goose, I said that's the golden goose. That didn't mean she was the best player in the world. It meant that she was pretty damn good and coming, okay? And the fans love.
The craziest part? Stephen A. Smith has one of the biggest platforms in sports media. If he wanted to, he could literally decide tomorrow that First Take is going to spotlight Juju Watkins every single day. He has the power to make her the most talked about player in women's basketball with a snap of his fingers. That's how much influence he has over the sports conversation, yet he's acting like he's just a bystander.
Now about Juju is, why is she not being shown more love? Because clearly she deserves it.
The craziest part? Stephen A. Smith has one of the biggest platforms in sports media. If he wanted to, he could literally decide tomorrow that First Take is going to spotlight Juju Watkins every single day. He has the power to make her the most talked about player in women's basketball with a snap of his fingers. That's how much influence he has over the sports conversation, yet he's acting like he's just a bystander.
But the biggest problem is this is his show, and he's decided not to talk about Juju. That's the funny part. Deep down, I think Stephen A. knows why they're not talking about Juju Watkins.
Exactly. This isn't just another hot take. It's Stephen A. creating a completely false narrative about media coverage disparities when he is the media. He's literally asking a question that he has the power to answer. It's like a chef complaining that there's not enough salt in the soup while holding the salt shaker.
The thing that everybody can agree on is Juju is special. Juju is a great player. I love her personality. I love how she's aggressive on the court. She gets downhill, you're either about to give up 2 points or you're about to give up a foul.
The chef might be holding the salt shaker, but he's ignoring something even more obvious: the massive statistical gap between these two players. Stephen Yes' comparison isn't just a stretch, it's downright laughable. So, what happens when we put their numbers side by side? Even the biggest Juju supporters might be shocked by the results.
She can score her butt off. Don't get me wrong, Juju can score her butt off. But is she facilitated at a high level, right? Now, we're going to break it all the way down, man, because as much as I love Juju, I just don't think...
Look, everyone wants to find the next big thing, I get it. But when we directly compare what Caitlin Clark and Juju Watkins have accomplished so far, we're not talking about a small gap. We're talking about a Grand Canyon-sized statistical divide that completely destroys any reasonable comparison between these two players.